And I'm joined now by the Secretary General of OPEC. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Here today we have the IEA, we have the IF, we have OPEC, and indeed gatherings from all around the world. How important is this gathering?
It is important because the communication between the producers and consumers now we try to improve it as we go. Since we have last year and last year before we have this crisis in the prices, and we have the Jeddah meeting and the London meeting, and the say was why we don't strengthen the dialogue between the producers and consumers. And I think this meeting is very important because it's going to lay the ground for a new dialogue, important. Of course, it is informal, but it will have some guidelines that everybody should really contribute and try to prevent any volatility in the price into the future.
And of course, you have been yourself a leader in making sure that that dialogue is always open, that your door at OPEC is always open to these organizations, indeed around the world. Here we have some major players, some smaller NOCs, and indeed some of the non-oil producing countries too. Bringing all of these people together, this is indeed very relevant because we're looking at the big energy question when you go forward, and everybody is involved.
Yes, we have a dialogue with the IAA. We have a dialogue. We have some kind of relationship with the IAF. We have with the EU also. We have a dialogue, and I think the situation is very difficult. We have to have a dialogue. We have to have a sincere dialogue that we discuss the problems that we are facing at this time, because the world is changing. The financial market is really playing an important role in the oil price. The speculation is playing a very, very important role in oil price. So through dialogue, I think we can have a reasonable and a price where producers and consumers can live together.
Now, the availability of data and good data, reliable data, timely data has actually become even more important to help with the security of supply, but again, the security of demand. This is information that's vitally needed, and the Jody initiative has really matured over the years to supply that. Again, tell me that's relevant.
It's relevant. I think I agree with you 100%. Yesterday, we had a meeting, the Jody meeting, the 6 players, I think 3 of us, IAA and Eurostat and OPEC, we've been able to provide and update data at a very reasonable time. However, we have another 3, they should provide data. They have some problems, and we decided that why we don't help them provide the data. And I agree, data transparency is very important to the market, to the oil market, and we should strive to have an accurate data.
We heard a lot this morning about the need for more interdependence, for partnership. Are you encouraged to see the OPEC members and the partnerships they have with the international oil companies and all of the other companies around the world?
I think our member countries, they know exactly what they want, and I encourage that IOCs should participate in the activities of our member countries, because the old days gone. Now we have a new management in our member countries, and we can work together on equal basis. And so to answer your question, yes, I agree that we should really cooperate, IOCs, and we should cooperate together.
Now we're seeing some more investment come back into the market, and again something that everybody is concerned with, all the chief executives, everyone talking about the need to continue that investment. The OPEC countries have actually put their money in place there, and they've done their bit to continue these investments. This has to happen, looking at long-term energy demand.
Yes, from 2010 until as a matter of fact, from 2009 to 2013, we have about 150 projects. It will cost us $165 billion. However, because of the price problems that happened in late 2008 and 2009, we either delayed or canceled some of them, about 35 projects. They cost $45 billion. Now, since price go up now, we think it's a normal price where we can really invest. The 35 projects that I'm talking about now, we reactivate them, and they will be on also on stream between now and 2013, 2014.
And just one final question. I know it's a big anniversary year for you, and also next year an anniversary year for the IEF. Looking ahead 20 years later, this again has become a more mature organization that can keep this dialogue going, and that really their role to keep this dialogue going will be strengthened hopefully in the years to come.
Oh yes, yes, dialogue. I think you will see after this meeting there will be a declaration. That declaration will set up our future dialogue and how it will be. It will be strengthened. It will be not formal. It will be informal, but every country will implement what should be implemented on its side. So producers or consumers. And in our organization, we are 50 years old now. I think I've been here 3 years plus. I am very proud that I am the chairman. I am Secretary General of OPEC. But the credit must go to my staff. I have a very dedicated staff. They've been tested and they've been very successful.